Cesar?
Sí.
Yes. I just wanted to know what's going on with the money and the.
There's no money, remember, there's no money. Well, in this moment I cannot talk. Now I'm the one who is ill and I'm waiting for the doctor here. So I appreciate if you call me tomorrow in the afternoon. I mean, not tomorrow afternoon, sorry. Today at night or better would be on Wednesday in the morning, because I'm going to do some tests on myself. And I have to talk to you very seriously about certain things, especially those things that you have been telling. So it's really important.
There's no money? You didn't sell anything?
No, not at all. Because there wasn't anything good in the things. So
Cesar,
nothing.
Cesar, her jewels.
I'm not going to explain to you the thing. The facts are those, and I have to talk. That's why I have to talk with Rory too, because this is something that is really serious. It hurts to me a lot, and because of the things you've been saying, especially threatening me, I am really concerned now. So
Cesar,
listen to me.
It's $60,000.
From this moment, everything that I'm going to do from this moment is going to be by legal way. So I'm asking you to call me back later. We'll have an appointment, and it's better that you present yourself and Lori too, because it's going to be very important. Because she's right now here in Mexico, you're in Mexico, and we'll have to decide what are we going to do with you. So it's really important from this moment that you stop threatening me.
I didn't threaten you, Cesar. It's $60,000 in jewels.
And then you can talk. You always talk, and you won't let me.
It's $60,000.
First of all, if you want to talk to me again, please send me an email giving me apologies about how you are behaving against me. One thing. And the other thing is, be sure to do it as fast as you can, because this is coming legal. I don't want to get personal either. I'm a lawyer here. I want to talk with the person who owns those things, and especially from you, if we are going to talk from this moment, I'm telling you, stop threatening.
I didn't threaten you, Cesar. Cesar, I told you.
I have the nails, I have the tools, so stop doing.
Yeah, I know. There's no threats. Cesar, there's no threats. It's
I want to hear something like
It's $60,000.
I'll be back on Wednesday, and we'll see what time we are going to see each other, okay?
Cesar, you told Laurel.
This is the only way we are going to get involved again, okay?
But can you answer one question? Didn't you told Laurel when we spoke on the phone, you told her you were able to sell one thing but not for that much money. You told her this, and now you're telling me there's no.
I'm talking about one of the things. It's not the one that it was so much. I'm talking about one of the little things. And this was because I was hungry. I didn't have money for even.
You didn't sell the rupee? You couldn't exchange it?
Everything that I have to answer to you from this moment, it will be in a legal cause, okay?
You didn't sell the rupee? You didn't exchange the rupee?
No, it's only $5. Chase Manhattan Bank was laughing at me because of you. And you can check it any moment. Don't make me I'm really you were lying to me all the time. So
I haven't lied to you at all, Cesar.
And we'll get in touch, and we'll get in an appointment in a legal course so we can get from there again. But be sure that what you are telling me is the truth, because you were telling me that it was the errands of Roy Denise was true. It only is worth it for $4 in the United States. I went all around banks and everything, and it even spoke with the general manager in the Chase Manhattan Bank, and they were laughing at me because of your.
Okay, well, didn't Cesar, But with the rupee, but Caesar,
But
Caesar, didn't we?
have the deal with me.
But didn't we?
I'm a professional. I'm a lawyer. Get that in your head.
But didn't?
I just
Okay.
made the test.
But didn't?
Please call me on Wednesday.
But didn't Caesar? Didn't me and
I'll
you?
just respond to your question. Okay, that's it.
Caesar,
I'll wait for your call on Wednesday.
didn't me and you go to your friend's bank and she told us it was worth 2,000 euros? That was a banker that you took me to with you with the rupee. So it wasn't me that made the mistake. Hello? Okay, I'm going to call the corrupt lawyer back.
El número que usted marcó está ocupado.
Okay, I want you to know what's going on right now. This lawyer says I threatened him with emails and stuff like this. I didn't threaten him. I sent him an email telling him that he had till 12 o'clock to bring those jewels to our house, or the money, or there will be actions taken. What I have done is I posted his phone number, I posted the emails that I sent him on the pages of the Kremlin, on Anna Chapman's pages, on the French Foreign Legion's pages, on all government channels that I've worked with. That is not a threat. I asked them to check this man out. Who is he? What has he done? Where has he been? Is that threatening anyone? No, it's not. It's having someone checked into, because he has threatened me. He stole $60,000 of jewelry from Laurel Aston. I want people to understand what's going on, because I'm going to put this video up. I'm going to plaster it everywhere. This is Cesar Agusta. This is the a so-called lawyer in Mexico that has ripped us off. His phone number is 998-204-7910. And if you notice, he threatened me with legal recourse because I suspect him being a lawyer for the cartel. When I first got here, I exposed how the cartel was set up in Las Americas Plaza. With the full cooperation of the police. He knows the head of the municipal police here in Mexico. Laurel Aston is a Mexican resident. She is Hispanic herself. I told this to the customs people when we got here, that she, her great-great-grandmother, or her grandmother, is a famous Mexican actress. The CIA kidnapped Laurel Aston as a child and took her from Mexico and started doing whatever they wanted to, like the CIA does so many times. So I want people to understand what's going on right now. So this dirty lawyer was put on us to clean us out, pushed us into this home where his father has a place across the street. I want you to understand how I found this place. We were staying at a hotel, and I told a cab driver named Pedro, basically asking him if he could help us find a place to stay, so he brought us here. So I want you to understand, we saw a for rent sign outside of the establishment, and basically, to make a long story short, I called Cesar Agustas' father to see the apartment, which I could not see, and I had to wait, and there was a place for rent right across the street where I'm staying now. For almost a month, it took us to find a place, and we couldn't find a place. Everything went wrong. I met Cesar basically through Cesar's father. Cesar's father was the one that owns it. He's another rich man. This is a rich area. So then I called this house again, and Cesar knew the owners of the house. And basically Cesar, the contract is under his name and my name. So I want you to understand what they've done and how they pushed us in this apartment. He has his office building is in the Americano Plaza, where I exposed the cartel just running huge prostitution rings, CIA pizza kitchen, along with the comic book store trade. So his law office is on the 5th floor of around the side of the Americano's building. Now, Pedro, if you want to call him and talk to him, he's the cab driver. He's a great guy. I'm going to call him and tell him what's going on. His phone number is 998-1451355 because I have to protect these people. I'm dealing with the cartel right now, people. And I want you to understand when shit starts fucking up with them, because I don't know how much money Cesar got paid to do this. Okay, so now he's threatening legal action and legal things on me after I've been sending him emails to please bring the jewels or the money to the house, and he can't come to my house. You know why he can't come to my house? Because he wants to get me in a situation where I'm out of the house and around his dirty cops. That's what he wants to do. So then they can take the keys and then come into my home. So he thinks I'm stupid. You heard him say I'm a lawyer, and he sat there on the phone, and now he just told me there's no money. When Monday he told Laurel Aston that he sold a piece of the jewelry. Now what this motherfucker has done has probably changed out her jewels that this girl has been sitting on her whole entire life as her nest egg for the rest of her life until she can get in a comfortable place, and this man has come along and ripped her off. Now she has no money. Now we have no money. This is what this motherfucker was put on us to do. I want people to understand this is very serious and this is very real. That phone call was not fake. Cesar Agusta, you're fucked. Thank you everyone for your time. I want you to know that this man wants me to apologize to him after he's a cartel lawyer. I mean, he's even made comments how he knows, you know, the head of police and this person and how he's going to handle everything legally. Well, the fact of the matter is, if he handled everything legally, he would have given me a receipt for the jewelry. He would have given me a receipt for all the times I paid him to do legal things, hundreds and hundreds of dollars already, just to see him and sit down with him. He never gave me a receipt. So now he's talking about he wants to do things legally. Well, all I have is to expose this on the video because I'm dealing with dirty, fucking corrupt lawyers and the cartel. Again, his name is Cesar Agusta, and his law firm is very, 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 very shady. I want you to understand that his phone number is 998-204-7910. I posted the emails that I sent him on the French Foreign Legion's page, on the Kremlin's page, on Anna Chapman's page, after I gave him that 12 o'clock warning. So he says I threatened him. Is that a threat, people? No. That is the only legal recourse that I have, me being in Mexico and him owning the dirty cops that can come in this house and throw some cocaine or do whatever they want to do. So I'm not going to apologize to him, and he's got my jewels. And now he wants me to come in for an appointment. I'm not going anywhere to meet that man. That man can't come to my house. That man can't bring me back her jewels. That he supposedly said he went to New York, and for 7 days, people, he was there for 7 days, claiming he was running around trying to sell shit jewels, where Laurel Aston lived in New York for 7 years And she had those jewels appraised several times. So I want you to know this is what the fuck's going on. Get on his ass. There's nothing I can do. Not at this point. I'm even sort of afraid to leave the house because he has the municipal cops under his thumb. I want you to understand this man told me to meet him out in front of my house so he could come pick me up. I'm waiting out in front of my home. Within a minute of me waiting out in front of my home, he told me exactly what time to be there, to be waiting. Municipal cops come and take my ID, and they wanted to take me to jail because I had a knife in my possession that was too big for them. And so Cesar comes and says, oh, he lives right here. This was right in front of my house. So he set that up. He set that up as a warning. I mean, I see the municipal cops all the time. He set that up so the municipal cops could get my ID. So he was planning to rip me off. So if anything happened, he could say, oh, he lives right here and you already have this and this and this. And then Cesar, after this happened, he tells me he called the head of the municipal cops. And he said, oh, we've been seeing him and we just wanted to know who he was and da-da-da-da-da. I live in one of the wealthiest neighborhoods in Cancun. And this man still has like $3,000 of our money because we paid 7-8 months rent in advance. And we gave him that money. So I want you to understand what's going on right now, people. And you heard the conversation. So you be the judge. And I'm not going to apologize to this corrupt man when he's blatantly telling me lies. He sat on the phone with Laura Aston last Monday and sat there and lied to her face. She had a nervous breakdown. And I'm still dealing with this right now. You don't do this to a mind control victim that was a sex slave her whole life and has been waiting to come back home to Mexico. And this is what happens to her. I fucking hate this country. And all the shit that they're doing in the United States right now, it's clear how fucked up this country is and how it's run by the cartel and the CIA, and how anybody, especially like Cesar Agusta, that has an office in the Las Americas Plaza where the cartel runs prostitution and everything. I exposed that. That's right up the street from where Laurel Aston was taken as a young girl, as a mind-controlled sex slave assassin. Now this man is put on us, and now he's threatening legal action. There ain't no legal action. There's no legality about anything that he's done. This is the only legal action that I'm going to take, and we're going to see who's going to win. Mr. Agusta, Cesar Agusta. His phone number is 998-204-7910. He's a lawyer. Give him a call. Leave him a message about what's going on, because he thinks he has the dirty municipal cops on his side, which he does. He knows all of them. I mean, the municipal cops, he told me, the municipal cops basically work for the cartel. You know, and he's gotten a bunch of municipal cops off. Gee, I wonder for what? Prostitution and drug dealing? Welcome to Cancun. Peace. Hello, Terry. Terry? Terry.
Hi, how are you?
I'm okay. I talked to Cesar.
You talked with Cesar?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, he told me something totally different again. He told me now that there's no money.
Can you repeat?
He told me that there's no money. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, he told me there's no money now for the jewels. Yeah. And he told me that he's going to take legal action against me. And that he wants to meet at his office. And I told you, Terry, last night, he never tells me the same thing. He always says something different.
Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
So I don't know what to do. I'm not going to go meet him at his office. I called him back. He hung up on me.
I don't know really what to tell you. I talked to you yesterday and I don't know how to help you.
Yeah, I just wanted you to know he's your husband. I just wanted to let you know what's going on, that I did call him like you told me to do, okay?
You are going to his office.
No, I'm not gonna go to his office, Terry. I don't trust him, okay? I just if you talk to him, I just want him to bring our jewels back to the house, and that's all. He's already
to his office. You're not going to do anything. You need to go to his office.
Yeah, Terry, he knows municipal cops and other things like that, and the municipal cops are dirty. I don't trust him. He can't tell me the truth about anything. And that's the truth, Terry. Okay?
But if you don't trust him, how do you need that or want to go to your house?
No,
It's better that you go to his office.
okay, well, Terry,
Go and talk with him.
Terry, there's nothing I can say to him right now after what he just told me and claims that I threatened him. I told him I didn't threaten him. I told him to be at my house with the jewels or the money by 12 o'clock, which I hadn't heard from him all week. Okay? All week when he said he was going to come in a few days. It had been 5-6 days, Terry. And I told him if he didn't have the stuff at my house, I would take legal action. That action was reporting him to my foreign authorities, which I've already done. Okay? And I told him that. Now he's threatening me with action against Mexican authorities, which isn't going to mean anything to me. He has my jewels, and he says I lied to him about the jewels. And he said he didn't get any money for the rupee when he took me to a bank to one of his friends, and one of his friends told me that rupee was worth $2,000.
You know that I don't have any problem with you, but I told you before, I told you yesterday, I'm not, or I don't use to involve in Cesar's things, okay?
Okay.
Because of you, was an special, I don't know.
I know.
Really, I don't know why.
I know. You know what he told me about you, Tim?
And everything. But I can do anything because I don't want that Cesar get mad with me.
I know.
Or
Well,
tell me that I am talking to you and I don't want problems.
I know, but do you know what he told me about you? He told me that you worked with him and you handle like the entertainment and stuff for him. This is what he told me about.
I work with him, but in other things, like searching houses or something. Do you know?
He never
That
told.
kind of stuff.
Okay, well, he
Not
told.
in lawyers. I'm not a lawyer.
Okay.
I don't know about it.
Well, he told me that you handle like people in the entertainment stuff, and that's what he told me about you.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, so, but nothing of that ever happened. You know, I already gave him the outline of my business plan, and he still says he can't do anything with it, when my friend that wrote it owns 3 businesses. Okay, my business partner. He owns 3 businesses, and that's a business plan over outlay, and Cesar said he can't do anything with it. Okay? That's another thing that he did. I gave that to him over a month ago, Terry. Do you realize that? So we should have gotten started on that business over a month ago.
Did you talk him that you called me yesterday?
I couldn't speak with him. I let him speak because I was just because I wanted to know. And after he told me there was no money for the jewelry, I was just beside myself. And
you speak with him. You told me that you speak with him, and he told you to go to his office.
yeah, I did. He told me to no, but he also.
Did you tell him that you talked with me yesterday?
No, I didn't.
Okay. I'm asking you not to tell him that you talk with me right now. If you're going to saw him or talk with him, please don't involve me in this. I don't want to get involved.
Okay, well, I'm just trying to figure out what's going on because Terry, I have no money, and he keeps lying to me.
Then the only thing you will need to do is go to his office and talk. The office is in an open place with other people. Maybe you can trust in him or maybe you don't. I don't know. I'm not going to tell you what to do with your life, but you go to his office. If he asks you to go to his office, go to his office.
Well, he didn't ask me to go to his office. He told me, okay, first he tells me to give him a call back later today and set up an
You told me
appointment.
before that he asked you
Listen,
to go to his office.
he did. I'm
and
going to
you
tell you
don't
what,
want him.
listen to what he said, okay? First he told me that to call him later today to make an appointment. Then he tells me to call him on tomorrow to make an appointment. And then he changed it to Wednesday to make an appointment. So in the conversation, he changed it 3 times, Terry. Okay, 3 times. So I just listened to him. Okay, so I honestly, I don't know when to call him or what to do because he gave me 3 different things to do. Okay, so this is what's going on with him. I don't know what's going on with him. It just seems rather strange. Okay? So he did tell me to come to his office, but he told me to call him at 3 different times to set an appointment. Okay?
Then call him tomorrow and make an appointment.
Terry, I don't see the point because every time I try to make something with him, Terry, he has $60,000 of jewels that he claims aren't worth anything, okay? He said they're worth nothing. This is what he told me, okay? Nobody sits on jewels their whole life, Terry, and then comes to Mexico with almost no money and then tries to have them sold if they're worth nothing, okay? He's trying to make me out like I scammed him. That's what he said in the phone conversation, that I lied to him. Okay? This is what he said. I just want you to know the honest truth. Okay? He's your husband. I have no reason to lie. Okay, so I'm going to go now, Terry. I won't tell him that I talked to you. Okay, here is the last part of the video. Now, I want you people to understand what's going on. I'm dealing with a corrupt Mexican lawyer who more than likely works for the cartel. I exposed the article on the Las Americas Mall, California Pizza Kitchen, how that's ex-CIA. how Hooters is right there. Well, his office is in, you know, Las Americas, whatever you want to call it, and it is the biggest office. I don't know. It's huge. So what I want you to understand is what he's doing. Basically, in the conversation that you heard, the first one that you heard him say that I'm trying to scam him. So legally, what he's going to do, what he thought he was going to do, is get the dirty cops involved, some cops that he probably paid off and that he probably got off because they were working with the cartel or prostitutes or whatever. Who knows? It's Mexico. So get some cops like that. Try to arrest me because I threatened him. I didn't threaten him. I told him, may God help him in the email if I find out he deceived me or Laurel Aston in any way. So if you hear in the conversation, he said the jewels were no good. So right now, since legal authorities are getting involved, that means he already switched the jewels people. The necklace, the watch, everything. I mean, it is $20,000. We lowballed some of the pieces at 15, but easily $20 to $50, $60,000 for one piece. And it's kind of hard to see the little diamond earrings, but they're big diamonds in the picture. They're there. So this is $65,000, $70,000 that all of a sudden this guy's like, oh, it's no good. Also, I want you to understand is that the house that we're renting, he's on the contract also. Because basically he agreed to be the lawyer and take care of the finances and make sure everything runs smooth because it's just easier in Mexico that way. And he also knows the owner, which I've also exposed, that we are more than likely around other CIA agents next door and the people across the street. And his father's home, how I found him, is directly across the main strip from me. That's how I found this house. So he possibly grew up in that house. And this is one of the wealthiest neighborhoods in Cancun. So what I want you to understand is this man is probably going to try to think that he's going to take me to court, say I was scamming him, lured him into signing a contract with the house, and tried to pawn off fake jewels on him. That's his scenario. So I hope you understand that from the whole conversation that I recorded, if you don't really hear what he's actually saying. So with me doing this video the way I've done it, there's emails. He wouldn't give me a receipt for the jewels. I asked him to. He said, oh, I'll call you in 30, 45 minutes and I'll have the receipt done. He never called. He always says my phone's off, which it wasn't. He's a compulsive liar. Another thing that I want you to know is how he set me up to be picked up by police. Right out in front of my home when I was coming to wait for him, I was waiting out in front of my house and some municipal cops just pull over and, you know, start harassing me for no reason. He set that up. That was obvious. So then he tells me, oh, don't worry about it. I know the head of the municipal cops. And that he called him. And he said, oh, yeah, we just want to know who he was. We've been seeing him around, blah, 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 blah. That was him, like, kind of telling me that he has that much power in this city. The municipal cops work for the cartel. They don't really do anything but drive around and harass people. They basically let all the prostitution and everything else go down. Now this is a federal matter, Cesar. The federal cops aren't like the municipal cops, and yes, I have seen them around. So good luck with them. And like in the email that I said, if I ever find out you deceived me or Laurel Aston in any way, shape, or form possible, may God help you. You can take that as any way that you want, but your God ain't mine, obviously, because good people don't do this to hardworking people like me, and especially women that have been through what Laurel Aston has been through, and you want to say we're scamming you? You want to call us criminals? You want to say that we lied when that's all the money that this woman had, and you dare say that I'm deceiving you? After this video, what are you going to do? Next move, I call it checkmate. Everyone's involved. Good luck to you, your company, your family, and your friends. I'm sure your assets will be liquidated for your involvement with the cartel, and I will have my money and my jewels back because you have a cell phone, Cesar. You take that damn thing everywhere you go, and that's stupid. It can be tracked, and everything that you say through that cell phone is recorded. And with this video, international agents will have a legal right to get that recording. And even if they don't want to do it legally, they can hack into your phone and do it. Just being honest. You have no idea what you've stepped into. I know you already replaced the jewels. That's a given. Since you want to try to pawn some bad jewels back off on us and say that, oh, they're no good like you did in the conversation. After running around in New York for a week, it took you a week? No, it took you a week to exchange them and make sure that they were good fakes. Peace.